how's it going? It's NuttyChef again, and this is episode 47 of Minecraft Survival. Last episode we were working on the sifter system for our villager breeder, our second villager breeder, our new and improved villager breeder, and we managed to get that system, that sifting system complete. And it's pretty cool. If you haven't seen it, check out the last episode. It's a pretty crazy little redstone contraption which allows you to sort through your villages and see if you want to keep them or discard them. And this episode I want to try and start working on the exterior of that whole breeder and sifting system. So, like I said in the last few episodes, I think I want to try and make like a factory kind of building. So I've sort of got an idea in my head. It's going to be kind of different to the rest of our buildings. But hopefully it still fits in. And I want to sort of put some smokestacks on it, some chimneys and some other industrial looking stuff. But for the building itself, I'm going to need some blocks that I don't have yet. I'm going to need some of these ink sacs from these squid here. That's why I'm gathering these. There's tons of squid down here in the ocean by our towers, so that's good. But I'm also going to need some acacia wood, and acacia is the one wood left, the one wood that we don't have yet. So I'm going to have to go to a savanna to go and grab some. And I think there's one at the desert that I'm using, just north of the desert. So I might go over there and we'll see if we can find it. Alright, here's the desert. I've done a lot of mining here, as you can see. I've got a lot more to go though. We're going to have to tear this desert up to get the glass for our second tower. But let's see if we can find the acacia wood place, the savanna. So it should be north. So north is this way. Oh look, here it is. Sweet as. That was easy. So this should be the last tree to add to our collection. I think we've got saplings from every tree except this one. And it was right here, so I don't know why I didn't get it earlier. Now I've just got to grab a whole bunch of this. I'll collect some of the saplings as well. And then we can get started, and I'll show you why we need these blocks when we start building this thing. Alrighty, safely back at home, and got some acacia wood here. Fought off a whole lot of mobs as well. But I've put the saplings safe and sound in our chest here. And I think we've got all of the trees now, the saplings. So I think that's all of them. Jungle, birch, spruce, dark oak, and acacia. I think that's it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Got our little collection there. And yeah, let's get rid of all this junk. All this mob junk that I managed to pick up while I was chopping trees at night time. And that should be enough for our project. Now ink sacs here. We're going to need some sand. I should have got some sand while I was there. Do I have any more sand anywhere? We've got a little bit here. Don't have any there. Huh. Looks like I might be headed back to the desert to get some more sand, because I've got to make some I want to make some dark grey concrete for the smokestacks. So I'll be back once I've got some sand and some dark grey concrete, and I'll be back. But before I go, let me just show you what I've got sort of started. It's just an idea. So basically this is the idea I've got going. So all my other buildings here pretty much have this spruce log sort of corners on them. Everywhere there's a corner, there's a spruce log. And I just wanted to try something different. And because this is supposed to be like a factory, I thought, why not try some stone bricks in there and have that as the corner, kind of like what we've got going on here. But what we might do instead of that is sort of change it so that it's every second one. So instead of where it was, we might have it like alternating. So we might have it like here, and then have that there, that there, that there, that there. Kind of alternating like that on the corners. And then this can be the main block sort of the wall. And this is hardened clay, just the plain hardened clay. The terracotta, sorry. And I was going through in creative mode looking for blocks that were similar to this, and to sort of add a couple of different blocks in here so it's not just one flat color. And there was the orange terracotta was very close, and so was the red and the light grey, but I sort of like the acacia, let's just get some, is sort of the same color too. It's sort of an orangey color. And if you put it in the wall, I reckon it kind of looks like the wall is sort of like being plastered or has a render on the outside of it. And then if you put some of this in here and there, it kind of sort of blends in and kind of looks like, instead of wood, it kind of looks like bricks. Kind of like the plaster is being sort of worn off in that area. So I reckon that looks pretty cool. So we can kind of have a sort of varying blocks going on there. And yeah, so, but I want to get the smokestacks in, but basically I haven't even really mapped out what I want to do here. So while I'm on camera, I sort of wanted to do it on camera instead of before I started. So I'll get this blocks for the smokestacks, and then I'll come back and then we'll sort of try and map out like the shape of the building, the foundation of it. Okay guys, so got a little shulker box here full of stuff. Got all the concrete, got the terracotta, might need more terracotta. We've got the acacia, and we've got some anvils for the top of our smokestacks. And let's try and get started on the foundation of this thing. Right now it's kind of looking like a rectangle, and I don't want it to be a rectangle, but I think I do want to get the rectangle done first, get a rectangle done first, and then we can go from there. So let's bring this across. Now this corner does sort of head into our redstone here, but I think if we bring the landscape across, it's gonna cover up this gap. So like we can bring the dirt across here, so that's fine. We can just go across like this, and we'll just keep going across. And I've kind of mapped out the corner there. Let's just go across like this. And this block I was measuring out before it did come out to here, but I changed it. Get out of here. Got to go to sleep. We can't work at night time. You don't want a creeper blowing up our creations. Okay, and there's one problem about this. Everything I build, really, there's a problem, which is the lightning. It's kind of really annoying, but if I build any kind of farm or anything where I have to AFK to make things work, such as this villager breeder, we get lightning, and as you can see, there's a tree there and a tree there which got affected by lightning. There was a tree in the side of this hill that got affected by lightning, which I removed. But that could have just as easily been one of our buildings. Like, it could have burnt down the whole roof of one of our buildings, which has happened to us before. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Unless I find a way to turn fire spreading off, which I kind of don't want to do because it feels like cheating. But anyway, we'll get to that when it comes to it. So let's continue with this foundation. Let's come across here. Let's just come across the back here to this corner and then go straight back down over there. Then we've got a rough rectangle which encompasses all of our stuff here. So our little sifter is covered and our breeder's all covered up by these walls. And I was sort of thinking, like, I don't want it to be just a rectangle, obviously. But apart from that, I was kind of thinking, like, this back part, because it's taller, we can have this back part taller. And this front part, because it's really low, we can have this sort of low. So that's one kind of changing shape we've got going. We can have it like a shorter shape here, like a lower ceiling here, and then we can have it going up at the back. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of okay. But these big long sides here and on the other side are going to kind of look a little bit boring, I reckon, if they're just really long flat sides kind of thing. So that's going to kind of be rectified on this side, I think, with the smokestacks that I want to build. I want to put them on this side, going kind of up like this. But that's not going to completely rectify the problem. I think we have to change the shape of the building itself just to make it a little bit more appealing, I guess. So one thing I want to do is have these smokestacks. I want to have 3 on this side going up, but I want to have at least one sort of bigger smokestack, because these are going to be like skinny ones, and I want to have sort of a big sort of a smokestack, kind of like in The Simpsons, the nuclear power plant, how there's that real big smokestack going up. I think there's 2 or something of them going up. So I want to put that on the other side. So that, I think, or should I put it on this side? Like right at the back there. Have like three little ones here, and then a big round sort of one going up at the back there. And then on the other side, I don't know what to do on the other side. Got to eat some chicken here. Maybe I'll get the walls built up to sort of that level. That's sort of the level I want to take this first section up to, so I can do it all the way around, and then we can go from there. So what I'll do is I'll build these walls up to about this level, and I'll come back after that. Okay, so I've changed my mind. I sort of got to this stage and I realized, well, why build all the walls up when we haven't even done the shape of the base foundation yet? So basically I thought this kind of thing here is kind of skinny, and it's over to this side, and we've got this sort of area here at the back with sort of nothing in it. So to make it the shape a little bit different, we could sort of bring this wall in and then go that way, sort of just next to that track. So we might go like here, bring the wall across there, and then sort of go this way all the way down to sort of here, and we can get rid of that outside bit, like this bit right here, And that sort of gives it a different shape besides just a square or a rectangle. And obviously this corner bit, it's got to be stone brick, and it's got to be alternating the sort of checkerboard pattern on the corner. And the inside corners sort of have to be alternating too, so it'd be like this one, if you know what I mean, like there kind of thing as well, I reckon. And obviously the other corners, every corner, it's got to be like that, like this. And so what kind of shape have we got now? We've got kind of a little rectangle here and a big rectangle here, and that sort of stops a big flat wall on this side, but we've still got a big flat wall on the other side, a big straight long flat wall. So hopefully the smokestacks on that side sort of fix that problem. And then on this side, I was thinking when we get up the top, and I want to change those doors up there to sort of be incorporated within the building. So the guy won't be able to escape, he'll stay in his minecart, but we can make the doors sort of go out onto balconies or go out onto balconies or go wherever. And sort of this area could be like a staircase up into like a little room up the top there. So that's what we could use this little indented space for, like a set of stairs to go up the top. So that'll be cool. So hopefully that makes it a little bit less square. And now I will finish off to sort of this level, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I've got the sort of basic exterior wall in where it's got to go, and I want the entrance to the whole building to be at the front here, closest to the river, because I want a path to come down sort of from the bridge down here and sort of around wherever down there, and then we'll have sort of a retaining wall around here holding the landscape back, and we'll have a staircase coming up here to the front door, the front entrance here. And I was thinking like we've got on our other buildings, the actual front door is going to sort of stick out a bit, so that'll stop this front bit from being so flat. And we can probably add another door or two to this bottom, like we could even put one in the side there to sort of make this big wall not so flat, and maybe even another one in the side here as a sort of maintenance access door to all the redstone and the actual breeder itself, and that can sort of stick out a bit, so that might help make this whole flat wall not so flat. And I've still got to get the acacia wood in, so that'll sort of variate the blocks a bit so it doesn't look so boring. But the roof, so the roof for this big main bit there, so sort of where this corner comes to here, we'll sort of cut that off there, and we'll have a roof for this square rectangle thing here at this level, and then the rest will sort of go up. All of this back bit will be a bit higher, and I was thinking of using that kind of roof, this kind of roof here, same roof as we used on our storage shed over there. Kind of looks like a warehouse kind of roof, like in real life. That's what I see it as anyway, and I think that'll be perfect for like a factory roof, and hopefully it'll look cool. And because it's so big, it's bigger than our shed and bigger than this one. I remember we had problems with this one because it was so small, having problems getting the shape right, but getting the shape right, that curve on this bigger structure should be a bit better. It'll look a bit nicer than if it's as small as that. So that'll be cool. But let's get started on these smokestacks, because I want to get the smokestacks in before we put the roof in, so the roof sort of molds around the smokestacks. So let's get this grey concrete out. And let's just bust out of here. We can just bust that out because we're going to put a door there anyway. Let's come out to here. So I want to try and fit 3 of these things in. And I sort of mucked around in creative and got a cool idea. So I want it to come across by like 5. So let's just mark it out. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next one will start here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll put another one in. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll be perfect. So that'll actually take up the whole entire side quite nicely. Just those 3 smokestacks on their own. So we might not even have enough room for a door on here unless we change it to 2 smokestacks and then have some kind of staircase or door in the place of this last one over here. But 3 smokestacks might be alright. Let's just start them. So they sort of come up like this, and then it's going to be 1, 2, 3 here, I think it was, and then it comes up just a big thing like that. And then I didn't bring the anvils with me, so we're going to have to go back down. Let's go back down. Let's go down here and down here. Let's get those anvils. Thank you. And then we'll go back up. Right here. And then right here. And I want them to be pretty tall so we can kind of see them from a fair distance away. And we might even come back later and add some spider webs or something coming off them to look like smoke. I've seen people do that before, but let's glide down and have a look at that. Have a look at the shape. That's the kind of shape I want. Coming up like that. That's really cool. Kind of like there's a pipe here and it's sort of just coming up like that. And then we can even make it sort of 3D. Now, how did I do that in my creative world? I think I had it like that, was it? Or was it one longer? That kind of looks okay. Or do we want that there? Kind of like it's sort of sticking out a bit. I think that looks better. Yeah, that looks better. Kind of like that. So let's get all 3 in. Shouldn't take long. Just like this. And is that the level? Yep. And then go up. And how high did we have it? Pretty high. One more. And then 2 anvils. That looks right to me. Let's come down and let's get the 3D effect happening. So a couple there and a few there. That looks cool. And these are the skinny chimneys, so I'm gonna have a big fat one at the end on the other side. We might have to put it on the other side now. Let's get back up there. Put this last one in. Around about there. So we might have to get rid of this last one actually, because we're going to have this taller building here, and it's going to run it into the chimney maybe. That might be okay. We'll leave it there for now. We'll leave this here for now, and we can always just get rid of it later if we don't want this last one here. So let's go up like this. And let's have a look. It's starting to look like a factory, I reckon. Starting to look pretty cool. We might have to get rid of some of these trees blocking the view. But yeah, that's starting to look pretty cool. Let's get a further away view, up high view. Let's land on here. Oop. Yeah, that looks cool, man. They look like cool chimneys to me. And I really like the color of the blocks we've chosen there. Kind of looks like a brick wall without actually being those bricks that you can get in Minecraft. But yeah, so I think the next stage is to start on the roof. At least the first roof like this, and put it here, and then we'll see what that looks like. So I'll be back in a sec. Got to get some more concrete. Look at that. It's already starting to look like a factory, I reckon. I love the color. It's really like a brick sort of a color scheme we've got going on here, and then those smokestacks. It's looking like a factory, man, to me. So I've gotten the light grey concrete for our roof, and let's try and get a good shape going on here. So let's come up here. I've just made a sort of a dirt platform here to work on, and let's get up there and see what we can do, because this is a bit bigger than our other roofs that we made. So we want to come down by one here, I reckon, and then we want to go probably 3, maybe. We'll have to see. Let's do the same from the other side, see what happens. So it's symmetrical in the middle, so 1 there, and then 3 here, and then probably just bring that across like that. Let's have a look at that from over here. Yeah, that actually already, to me, looks like the perfect kind of gradient, or whatever you'd call it. A perfect curve, I reckon. Let's make it stick out by 1. And see what that looks like. Like this. Let's get all these blocks on here. Can I reach up there? Oh no, I can't. 1, 2, 3, and 1, and let's have a look at that. What's that look like? Yeah, that looks like a warehouse kind of a thing to me. That looks good already. However, I'm thinking about the stairs, like we've got going on over here on this one. It's a lot smaller, but it's kind of, the stairs come down the side and then they go up and they turn into slabs on the top. And it's got to be like, maybe we have the block come in by 1 on the very edge, so there's room for stairs on the side. I don't know. It's kind of a bit difficult. I'm worried about having a stair right on the top of this block. Like right on the top of this block, having a stair there, and then having a stair there, and then probably having a stair there on the side. It's going to kind of be like a sharp up, and then across, and then up. I don't know. We're going to have to get the stone brick stairs in and see how that looks. We might have to get rid of this block and put it down by 1, I think, if you know what I mean. Let me show you. Let's just do that and have a look. So instead of this block being here, put it there. And we'll get rid of that one behind it as well, but have it there instead. And let's just get rid of the block up there so we can have a proper look, and let's have a look at that. That dirt's kind of creating a disproportionate illusion or some crap, but that kind of looks good as well, but I did like it better before, to be honest. Well, let me play around with it, and I'll get the whole roof done back to the point where back to about here, and I'll come back and we'll have a look at it. Alrighty guys, I think I've got the curve down pat. Looks pretty good to me. I like the curve there, and I've got the stone bricks on top, the sort of, I don't know what you'd call them, kind of like how we did our shed back here in the early days. I want it to look kind of like a corrugated iron, so that's sort of what those things are. Kind of makes the roof a bit more interesting. Let's get a look from a bit higher up on a tree or something, like this tree right here. Let me up here. Yeah, so look at that. That's looking cool, man. So it's just bare bones at the moment, just a basic structure, and we've got a lot more detailing to do and a lot more shapes and stuff to add to it, but I think it's coming along good, and it's the right idea of what I had in my mind. So it's all looking good. So I think I'm going to call it there, guys. Thanks again for watching. This has been NuttyChef, and I'll see you in the next episode.